Very good evening, teacher. Thank you so much for joining us on time. Uh, we will be starting the session very soon. By that time, it would be great if you can just write your name, the school you are coming from, and then you can share which grades you are taking right now. If you are a Dawn teacher or a AP teacher, knowledge pack teacher, just keep writing it so that we can have a chat till the time we'll start the session. We'll wait for a couple of more minutes and then we'll start this session. Okay, Saraswati ma'am is there from Equilia English Medium School. Then we have Angira Pandey ma'am from St. Xavier. Thank you so much for joining, ma'am. Keep writing and keep chatting with us. That will be a great help for us. Thank you, Sakshi Rekha ma'am, Kerala Public School, Jamshedpur. Welcome to the session. Sudha Rani ma'am from KC. Welcome, ma'am. Suman ma'am is there from Trimuti Public School. Then we have Navdeep ma'am from Saint Soldier. I think Sarita is taking care of your school as a SSM. Okay, Babita ma'am is here. Ramanpreet ma'am is from the Saint Soldier Smart School again. Perfect. Looking forward to have a great session. We are going to wait for 2 more minutes and sharp 5 to will be starting this session. It would be great if you can switch on your camera. I feel very awkward when people are putting the camera off. I'm clueless how my audience is like understanding the concept. You know me from last 2 years. I'm doing the session, so I always request. Thank you, Etika ma'am. Thank you, Tohina ma'am. Thank you, Mayuri ma'am. Great. Deepshika ma'am is there. Welcome, ma'am. Deepshika ma'am, switch on your camera. इस बहाने आपकी शक्ल देख लेंगे हम. Great. Hazel ma'am is here. Great. Mayuri ma'am. Thank you so much, Beena ma'am. Great. Looking forward for a great session with all of you. Perfect. So how many of you are aware, like to start this session on a formal note, I just need a couple of more minutes with all of you. What are your expectation from this session? What you are thinking, what all we will be discussing, what will be there in session, how we are going to take it ahead. Any thought right now? What you are expecting from this session? That is very important for me to understand before session, like starting the session. Any thought right now? Hi, Deepchika ma'am. Welcome to the session. Good to see you. Yes, any thought right now? What you are expecting, as the name is saying, from assessment, holistic progress report, anything in your mind? You can raise your hand. I will ask Akshaya to unmute you so that you can talk to me also. You know, I always start my session with chatting with all of you, evaluating the student. Yes, Sally ma'am, thank you so much for joining. You are thinking about, we'll be talking about how to evaluate. Ramanpreet ma'am is saying ki what will be like, we will be talking about report cards. Okay. More? What will be there in this session? And I'm just giving you a heads up, might be if you all will be talking to me and sharing your thought, this session will extend for 30 minutes more, but I'm looking forward, whatever we are going to talk here, it will be more fruitful for you because majority of you are going to go ahead with your FA1 formative assessment 1 in schools. So holistic progress card. Yes, Rachna ma'am. I hope you all have already attended a lot of session or is this the first time? So just type in the chat box whether it's your first time you're understanding HPC or you have already attended the session. So if it's a yes, first time, just write yes and no if you have already attended some sessions on HPC. So yes, if it is first session on, okay, great. So that I can understand my audience well. Okay, no, Great. Yes. Yes. Okay. Majority of you are saying yes, it is your first session on HPC. Many of you have already attended. Thank you, Preeti ma'am. Great. Okay. Majority are coming like yes. So good. Great. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Welcome you all on board for this session on Holistic Progress Card. I'm Sheeta Solanki. I'm Director School Success, taking care of the service delivery in ULO across India for all the products. We are happy to have you again in this session. This session is specifically designed for Dawn product, which is a pre-primary product, and we'll be talking more about the assessment in pre-primary grades. However, I'm happy if you are going to ask more question related to the other grades also. We are okay with that. And on this note, I'm going to start sharing my screen and we'll be talking more about the Holistic Progress Report Card. Great. Just give me a moment. Toina ma'am, can you show me a thumbs up if it is visible? Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. That's visible.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So Dawn, as already it's been like 2.5 months in the academic session. All of you are aware, we are associated with you with this program, which is Dawn for pre-primary. We already started working with North School in April, and from June or May, we are working with the South schools also for the Dawn program. Thank you so much for joining in such a huge number for all of us. We will be talking about the holistic progress report card in which we will be talking about like how this will be a differentiator right now from the concept of NEP and NCF. We'll be discussing more point related to how you need to think about the assessment in a very different way this year. And just want to give you a heads up, you all might be thinking about, I'm giving you a heads up because I'm getting this request from my team, like majority of schools are working as a holistic instead of holistic progress report card, they are working on FA and SA1. We are okay with it, but I would like to tell you what NEP and NCF are suggesting us. So we are not stopping you to conduct that. We already shared papers. You already have our assessment sheets with you. However, we are going to provide you the soft copies of FA1 also, which you can modify as per the requirement of the school. However, we always believe as per the NCF and NEP, there is a certain kind of process should be there in the school when we are assessing those small learners in the classroom. So let's move ahead. In today's session, by the end of this session, we will be understanding what assessment means in the context of early learning. Early learning means pre-primary grades. Then learn how to plan and conduct developmentally appropriate assessment, how it should be aligned with the development and growth of young learners which are in your classroom. Know the difference between learning objectives and learning outcomes. Very important to understand. We'll be talking a little bit about the summative and formative assessment also. Then recognizing why pre-primary assessment is different from the traditional pen paper testing, which is should not be opt in our classroom. We are going to have clarity what a holistic progress report card look like and how we can fill it better. Might be in this session, we will be not able to cover last two, but I will try to cover and share each and every input from my end. In between, I will appreciate if you are going to ask your question in the chat box, which Tuhina ma'am or Akshaya can take care, and we can talk about these pointers at the end of the session. Keep showing me thumbs up if we are on the same page. Great. My first question in one word. What is the biggest challenge in assessment for you? And what is assessment for you? Like as a teacher, what comes in your mind when you're thinking about assessment or papers or test? What shall I call it out for pre-primary? Is it a test? It's a paper or an assessment? So I would like you to use the chat box, or if you would like to raise your hand, we can unmute you also. Any two people who are going to raise their hand first, we'll ask them to unmute themselves and would like to understand first thing, what is assessment for them and what is the biggest challenge they are having for the assessment in pre-primary? Anyone, just raise your hand and Akshaya will unmute you. Okay, Silky ma'am. Unmute yourself, ma'am. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Hi, good evening, ma'am.
Hey, good evening.
So, as per me, I think assessment is like what the knowledge or the concept clarity or the child has got into his mind. It's not
Okay.
judging the marks or something like that. It is the concept clarity.
Concept clarity of the concept taught in last 1 month, 15
Yes.
days back. Amazing. From which school you have joined us, Silky ma'am?
I've joined from Growing Kids School, Pune.
Great. Thank you so much, ma'am. And what are the
Thank you.
challenges you are facing, ma'am?
Challenges say as like we have just started with the classes, like it's been 2.5 months. So the challenge is like I'm taking the junior KG class. So the challenge is which most important we are facing the concept clarity, and because we are from the Maharashtra region, so at times we face the language problem also. So
Yes,
this is the most thing which we are facing it.
exactly. Thank you so much for sharing your thought. Anyone else would like
Thank
to
you.
add something? Just raise your hand. We'll ask you to unmute. What is assessment and what is the biggest challenge? So as per Silky ma'am, she shared how to assess the kids and having the concept clarity without testing them very forcefully to understand whether they understood the concept well, whatever they are like teachers are putting more than 200% to ensure the child is learning in your classroom. Great. So I think nobody would like to raise their hand. It's okay. Now reimagining the assessment in early years. So I just want to share this with each one of you. What is NEP and NCF is sharing with us? That is very important part for each one of us to understand what you are doing in the school. We don't have any stoppage on that. We are not stopping you. But being a pre-primary teacher, being a pre-primary facilitator, as per the NCF guidelines, you should be aware what they are saying. So on my slide, you can read, I just want to read it like the NEP 2020 propose a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 model for the school education. We all are aligned. 5 is the first base, which is the foundational grades, which is an important part of your pre-primary 3 classes, which is nursery, LKG, UKG, along with grade 1 and 2 also combined in that 5 plus wala group. So then the first stage of this model is called the foundational stage. And this stage include the 5-year education, like starting from the Bal Vatika, which is the pre-primary wing, to end of the grade 2. We are focusing on the learners which are of age of 3 to 8 years. So the child is coming to us in nursery that he or she might be of 3 plus, and they are going out of foundational stage after 8 years of the age. In this stage, we are focusing on the learning teaching, including the competency associated with each and every foundational learning priority, which is like growth, development, play-based education. And the learning needs to be the child-centered. Till now, in previous, before NEP or before NCF, the complete focus is on the child. However, it is more of the teacher alignment is there. In this era of NEP change, we are focusing the teaching learning process should be playway. It should be a holistic development, which we talk about in our previous sessions also many times. But here we are going to talk about the holistic assessment. So till now, we all were focused what is holistic development of the child when we are talking about the Panch Kosha, when we are talking about how Dawn is helping you out, how you are putting your effort for the playway method and everything. But today we will be talking about the holistic assessment. We'll talk about this point again and again. Now, here we would like to focus in terms of like keeping the age in the mind, keeping the growth development domains in the mind when we are assessing a child. We are not testing the child. We are not grading the child. We are assessing the child, and we'll talk about actually what assessment means to us. Keep putting your questions in chat box so that I can take up it lately. Now, what is summative assessment? So I just want to take you through with this, like when we are talking about summative assessment, it is more about like, for example, I asked Tuhina ma'am to cook a dish and present it in front of me. So she will putting like, I asked her to make a very nice Shahi Paneer. She's preparing, she's doing everything. And by the end of the day, she will be presenting it to me. So it's like the final dish she is presenting me. And in that, I don't have any say in between. I'm not going close to her. I'm not talking to her. I had just given some instructions to her and told her ki, like, this is the final thing you have to get me. How you will doing it, it's not my responsibility as a teacher. So I'm just asking to Inama, prepare one dish and present it to me. So that's the same concept of summative assessment. We are testing the final learning. We are testing the final outcome of the learning. Along with that, there is no scaffolding is happening in between. And when we are talking about the small learners, just think about, they are 3-year-old. It's not been even 3 year in the world, and we are saying why you have not filled the color properly, why you have not matched it correctly, why A has not been matched with apple and you matched it with B. Like, a lot of pressure is there from the teachers. And also, again, in my previous session also, I shared it with each one of you. You are putting the pressure of assessment on you because you just want to present, I am a good teacher and I'm getting the good result. But please understand, in your group of children, that's not the scenario. Please understand, we are focusing on the final product, but there is a complete process which needs to be aligned in between. So summative assessment, it is the end of the semester session, end of the term assessment can be there. However, when we talk about the formative assessment, so it is like tasting the dish when Tohina ma'am was cooking. So I was there. I told her, oh, the onion has not been fried well. So, Tohina, can you just give 2 minutes more to the onion? Now you add garlic. Very nice. When she's putting salt, I'm saying just taste it once. Is it correct or you want to add more? So here I'm scaffolding Tohina ma'am to ensure that this should be good. So I am there with my child, with my learner, step by step, hand holding and scaffolding and ensuring she is going to get the best dish, because I already taught her how to make a Shahi Paneer. But here I'm just supporting her. I cannot expect in one go she will be doing the exactly the same what I was doing. So the expectation of teacher is an issue for us. We are expecting all the kids are going to learn in the same way which I am taking and taking them through in the classroom. The way and the teaching method of mine needs to be opted by each and everybody. We need to see NEP is saying that learners are unique. You have to modify your learning process if not everybody is getting the outcome correctly. They will take some time, but you need to understand, you need to make adjustment, you need to assess yourself instead of assessing the child. It's like pointing out a finger to a child. Five fingers out of five, four are pointing out towards you also. So please understand, in pre-primary, the assessment is of not the child. Assessment is of the teaching method, the learning process we needs to assign. Then it needs to be scaffold nicely. You need to be a partner in the complete process with the child. I was visiting, like, just visited last week one of the school, and the school was taking FA1, and I can't tell you the feeling of that classroom. They were so young. They were sitting holding their worksheet, struggling in holding the crayon and pencil in their hand, and they were alone. The teacher was sitting and she has given that guidelines. This is your worksheet, you finish, this is your paper. Yeah, they are 3+. They don't know how to hold. They don't know the meaning of paper. One side, the pressure is coming from parent. One side, the pressure is coming from teacher. And teacher is happy, like, look, my child has finished that. But not all the learners finish that completely. And it's like checking the assessment is very important for us to understand. We are going to scaffold the learners throughout. Here, another point. You have to have a separate assessment of development and separate assessment of learning. Now, let me put it in your mind how it's working. So if my class, which started in April, and I'm having the students which are coming from the age group of 3 to 4 years. So the child is not 4 year, but he was like 4 year and 10 months when he joined my class in April. He will be 4 in between this academic session. One child is like that, 3 year, 11-month-old or 10-month-old. Another child who was just 3 year and 1 year a month in my class when he's entering or she's entering. So there is a huge gap of 9 to 10 months in the age of different age group in my class itself. So we need to understand development assessment is different from the learning assessment. What is the development assessment? It will help teachers to keep a track on the age, month-wise development. The parameters will be changing, and you are going to see how the child is gradually improving in different parameter. Maybe in the beginning, he was not able to hold the crayon well. Maybe he was not able to pick his bag himself or herself. Gradually he's moving the ladders, and you are keeping a track of like development assessment. The language in the beginning of the classroom, you were struggling, they were not talking to you. Now they are settling down with the peers. They are talking to their friends also. They are coming in front and talking to you also. That's a development assessment you are going to take. Physical skill, they were not able to hold the things properly, they were not able to run properly. Now around the year, they will be showing a different kind of progress in their development domains. Then social development, again settling down with the peers, with the school, setting of the school, they are getting comfortable. Emotional development, when they are coming to you and sharing, I'm not feeling good ma'am, they are just coming out of their shell and sharing a lot of things with you. These are all there for the development, and it matters a lot in 3 to 5 years of age group. So those are the changes you're seeing every day. You yourself, if I'm going to ask few of the teacher, you will be saying, yes, ma'am, April, like Akshay has joined in April. Now she's showing a great like betterment in terms of holding papers, holding pen, betterment in the coloring part also. You will be having few names in your hand, which will be like showing in the same way, is the child is developing in the development assessment. I'm not denying the fact we need to assess the learning part also. Learning part, how many colors they understand, how many colors they can recognize, which shapes they can identify, how much number they have identified and associate with the quantity. All this is the learning assessment. So please understand, my teachers, development assessment is important along with the learning assessment is also important. Let me show you a example for that, and just adding to what you need to observe, what we want you to observe, what as a teacher you should observe. The knowledge of child development is by observing the child, what they are doing on everyday basis. In the beginning, a child was coming, sitting in a corner, not talking to anyone. Now he's becoming more confident with your effort only. I'm not denying any of your effort which you are putting in everyday basis. You are ensuring you are talking to the child. Now the child is confident. He's coming smiling. He's sharing something with you, and then settling down. Then he's not sitting alone. He's sitting with one of the peer. So this is like gradual movement. So you need to be very observant when we are talking about the assessment. In pre-primary, it's not only the FA1 which they are putting it on paper and giving it back to you. It is like the gradual progress you are seeing and observing in your child. Without that knowledge, we can misunderstand what they are trying to tell us, and this can make a life difficult for everyone. So observation is a skill which is very important for my pre-primary facilitator, who need to know the child develop on their own speed. Yes, if you are seeing a lot of red flag in a specific child, then also your observation makes a lot of importance in this process. If you are observing the child on a correct time, then you can share it with the parents, you can talk to them, you have the complete 365 days in your hand, where you can change the growth and development domains also for the student. One of the main reasons we observe children, then it is like they are following a general pattern. So you need to see in every class there are few general patterns are happening, few are moving ahead of them, few are like delaying the process. So as a teacher, observation is very important for you. I hope teachers are making notes for all these what we are talking about, so that it will be very useful for you. Now, what is assessment? Assessment is a process of gathering information about a learner's progress, development, and learning needs. So let me put more focus on that. We are working on assessment as a process gathering information. We need to gather information. It's not only that final worksheet which will be a only evidence for us. We are going to gather a lot of information, evidence throughout the year for their progress, for their development and the learning leads also. Here again, I would like to focus everybody teachers here, like we need to scaffold them. We need to understand what are their learning leads. They are unique, might be in a particular area. Few of the children need your support. In this area, most of the kids need your support. So you need to change your teaching method as for the assessment process also. The purpose is to inform teachers about the support learning, track development milestone, and ensuring every child is showing a scope of improvement in your classroom. I'm taking a pause. Any question for me? Anyone can raise hand. Anyone can share in the chat box. Any question? Akshaya, Tuhina, shall I move ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, please. I have answered the questions, whatever were there.
Okay, great. That's good. Great. So it is not just testing, but a continuous observation. Again, I'm saying we are not testing the student in the classroom. We are doing continuous observation. We are making notes, and it's going to include in both summative as well as the assessive elements also. We are going to use real example, noting how a child is using scissors, how they are participating in a rhyme, how they are presenting themselves individually in one activity. So we are going to keep mentioning the notes for our students on everyday basis. So assessment is a lens for understanding learning, identify invisible barriers, and helping teachers to improve their teaching strategies. This is very important, teachers. Assessment is a lens for understanding learning, identifying the barriers. What are the blocker you are seeing why child is not understanding the concept? So as Silky ma'am said, we would like to make sure they are understanding the concept we are teaching. We are teaching them small, big and small. But out of 40 students, only 20 or 30 students are able to learn it. So can we go back and check why there is a gap of 10 students in my classroom? And again, improving my teaching methods, not improving the child. If you are going to make change in your teaching method, automatically all the learners will be a participants in that and they will be learning. So acting upon the evidence, then we have to make sure we are analyzing and interpreting the evidence well, and then ensuring we are going to make a scaffolding process for the learners. Now, these are few points which NEP is saying, not us, not ULO. This is like very much aligned to NEP, and they are saying between the age of 3 to 8, we need to work on the curriculum very closely, which is again not ABCD to teach. 1 to 20, 1 to 30. This is the learning development goals which will be there for each and every grades. But along with that, they are expecting us to work on physical development, social emotional development, cognitive development, language literacy development, aesthetic and cultural development. Then they are expecting us to have a pedagogy in the classroom, which needs to be child-centered. We have to ensure the classroom environment is good for them. It is very safe for them. We are providing a lot of teaching learning material for them to learn also. If a teacher is just writing numbers on the board, it is a rote learning of numbers. Without any association of quantity, the number is a numeral. It doesn't mean anything. Till the time the child is not able to associate like two means two objects, quantity association is not there, then it's not making any sense. So the pedagogy alignment is very important, and we are very happy and proud to share that ULO is providing a Panchkosha pedagogy, which is very much aligned to the things which NEP shared with us. Along with that, focus on the assessment, shift from the summative testing of the rote memory or rote memorization skill to the regular informative assessment. So we are okay if you are doing your essay 1 and essay 2 also, but along with that, we have to align ourselves with the different tools of assessment. So you will be saying what tools we can use in assessment. So we'll be talking that about that. How to take assessment in pre-primary. So when we are talking about the assessment, observation, very important. Every day, your kids will be showing you green flags also. They will be showing the red flags also. So as a human being, we need to be very observant when they are showing. Again, it's very difficult to remember each and everything. Na? So let's start making notes. just making notes, just write down everybody's name for a weekly one, and just write whatever they are doing great, where they are struggling, what I observe. The child was very silent throughout the week and we are not observing that. It's a red flag for the teacher themselves. A child who is very active, gradually he's showing like he's becoming inactive. He's not very participative in the activities also. So it's a red flag from the child. He's showing, they will show different mood swings. They will be showing they are sleeping throughout the day. They are not involving themselves. They were so happy in the beginning. Now they are not feeling good. They're not talking to the other kids also. There are signs. You need to observe and write it down. Very important for you. Anecdotal records, which as a pre-primary teacher, many of us have done nursery teacher training and all that, or like Montessori training and all that. They taught us how to make the anecdotal records. Very important to follow the same. Checklist is very important. I taught this concept, how many understood it. Like reflection for you every week based. Every learning objective needs to be covered, how they are showing. You can mention the name of the student who did a good part in a particular understanding, few are struggling. So you need to know who are the learners on the way in your classroom. Then portfolio, you need to create a folder. This is what the NEP is also suggesting. They are suggesting us to create a folder every day, whatever activity they are doing on weekly basis. The progress needs to be put on those into those folders, and needs to be kept very nicely. And whenever the parent is visiting us in the PTM, we should show it. We should show, like in the beginning, the child was not even able to do scribbling. Now look how beautifully they are doing the coloring part in the classroom. Then the conversation and oral response. I know there is a lot of pressure finishing your curriculum, finishing your 4 worksheet, two notebooks also you need to finish. If a art and craft activity, it will like a lot of chaos is there in the classroom. I understand each and everything. But as a pre-primary teacher, it is my responsibility to connect every child at least on weekly basis. Personal connect should be there. I'm spending at least 5 to 7 minutes in a week. I'm expecting to each and every child so that they know they matters for you. They need to be there. You are there for them and you're talking to them on a personal ground and a personal level. Simple task and play based activity which you are doing. Our teacher manual already supported you in terms of adding all the activities in the classroom, which you can gauge out for the different perspective of development domains also. So you do not need to conduct a formal test, which you are doing. We are not stopping you. Every interaction is an opportunity to observe them, have your observation skills when you're talking to them. During block pay, when the kids are having free play, just be there. Just observe how they are dealing with the kids, how they are performing, how they are showing the green or red flag in the classroom. And always record observation immediately. That's what I'm also saying with you. By the end of the day, just pick up 5 students who are doing tremendously well, 5 students who are on the learners on the way, 5 students who are struggling in your classroom. You should know by the end of the day who are the students who need my more scaffolding and my more support. Not by the end of your test, by every day. This is very important. Now, just this is an extra slide I added for you, like learning objectives and learning outcomes, because you are going to assess someone. So there should be some learning objective understanding and what are learning outcomes. So what you plan to teach is your learning objective. Today, I'm going to teach them how to count objects up to number 5. So that's your objective. What the child actually learned is the learning outcome. So might be the child stop himself learning after 3. So they are able to count 3 objects. One pencil, two pen, three eraser. Now when they are coming for 4, they are struggling. So you plan to teach up to 5, but they understood up to only 3. So that's the learning objective and this is learning outcome. What they learned. That is very important. So introduce the primary color is the learning objective, but the child is only able to remember, identify only red and blue. He's missing the third number of primary colors. So this is the understanding which needs to be there. Objective guides your planning. Outcome tell you if the learning happened or not. So I'm not expecting, or we are not expecting to cover the learning objective on the same day. Now you understood, two colors are clear to them. Let me take another day in my teaching plan. I will do this activity again, and I will ensure all the learners are able to show it the primary colors very well. They will be able to identify the all the primary colors. So focus on the competency based learning outcome, not only the content coverage. When you are saying my kid can write 1 to 20, I'm okay, very happy. It's amazing. They can write 1 to 20, but they can count up to 20 because the learning goal of numbers is counting the object. So please understand what you are covering on everyday basis needs to be covered in a different way. So the learning objective, what you plan, learning outcome, what they understood in your class. So learner curriculum goals, competencies and learning outcomes are very important. Curriculum goal, children develop effectively communication skill for day-to-day interaction in the two language. So if we are talking about English, we are talking about Hindi, or we are talking about Tamil, or we are talking about Hindi, any two language. So this is a curriculum goal. By the end of the year, they will be more confident in speaking in two language. When we are talking about the competency, the example is converse fluently and can hold a meaningful conversation. So actually the competency is that we are going to make them more confident in speaking to others and making sure they are sharing their thoughts to other and they are having a meaningful conversation. Then learning outcome, initiate conversation in daily life with the peers. So here, when they start talking to the peer, we are covering the curriculum goal, we are focusing on competency, and we are reaching to our learning outcome also. So there is a process. What is in your mind, how you are ensuring it is happening in the classroom with the activities, and they are showing the learning outcome by the end of the session or in the continuation. So why pre-primary assessment is different? I'm taking a pause because it's been long. I think from last 20-25 minutes I'm talking. Any question, Tuhina, Akshya? Okay, no question.
No, ma'am.
Would like to raise their hand if they have any question. I'm okay. We are okay to like unmute you. Any question right now? If it is going well, you can show me a thumbs up. Anyone would like to unmute themselves? Show me a thumbs up if everything is going fine. Okay, let me go ahead. Why primary assessment is different? So let's understand. First, they are very young. We need to understand. There is no formal exam should be taken up in the classroom. No formal exam, it means as per me, as per NEP, as per the NCF, there should be no timetable and given to them like tomorrow it's your English paper, day after tomorrow it's your Hindi paper. For 7 days, we are giving them papers only and no extra learning is happening. They are coming with less bag and sitting in the classroom, 30 minutes, nobody is going to talk to anyone. So this is the formal kind of examination, which is not very much appreciated in pre-primary. It should be play-based and experiential learning should be there. And we need to work on the social, emotional, motor skills, language, early literacy, and then the numeracy awareness. Because we need to understand kids develop on their different paces. They have the different pace, they have the uniqueness, they have the different development domains, and they are in the different growth pattern also right now in the classroom. The assessment must not be like threatful, it should be very enjoyable. The environment should be very calm and composed. There should be no fear and anxiety in the mind and the heart of a small young kid. They should be not having like sweating and showing the anxiety in the classroom. Though contrast with the pen paper test, no ranking, no grading, no comparison with the peers, and focus on the progress, not on the performance. So these are the few points we would like to share. Being a part of NCF and aligning our product with the Dawn, we feel this is very important for us. So this is the holistic progress report card image, which is there, which has been suggested by the NEP. And we would like to have a comprehensive record where you are going to record the cognitive development. You are going to record how they are developing physically. You are going to capture their strength, their interest and need also. And there will be a showcase of evidence in the front of the parents also. So that evidence, that folder which we are talking about as a portfolio, you need to share it with the parents in every PTM. That is very important. So HPS is a child profile. It is not about marks. And let me just correct it over here. I mentioned a wrong thing over here. Holistic progress card, not report card. So I'm taking it on my bad. It is HPC, not HPRC. So when we were kids, we were usually get the report card for the progress. But here we just want the holistic progress card, which is a complete profile. So when the child comes and enter in April, how the child is showing the development growth by the end of March, next March. So complete 365 days profile we are expecting the teacher to create, and it's going to reflect the 360-degree assessment part also, in which it's like how they are showing the growth in terms of getting interested in group activities, start enjoying rhymes. He can recognize numbers up to 10, not writing only. He can recognize, he can identify, he can show, he can count. All those needs to be added in the holistic progress report card. Here again, NCF is aligning us with the different kind of assessment, which we already talked. Systematic record needs to be there in the classroom. So if I am coming in your school, if the SSM is coming in your school, any CBSE person is coming in your school, and they are asking, can you show me the record of your progress of each of the every child? Then you should be ready with the notes. You should be ready with the anecdotal record. You should be very confident. Yes, I know my child. When the child enter, he was very, very shy. Now he's showing the improvement. He start talking to the kids. So this much of confidence needs to be there. Teachers have to have a autonomy to design and judicially choose appropriate tool for assessment and making sure it needs to be recorded well. As I shared, anecdotal record, observation, checklist, your portfolio, all needs to be focused on the child, and you need to ensure that it has to be very inclusive. Self-assessment by learner needs to happen. Peer assessment should happen in the classroom. There should be a kind of environment where everybody is appreciating for efforts. And remember, the focus is to assess the task, not the learner. So we are assessing, we have like, we make sure we are clearing a concept of understanding it or a concept in the classroom. Now the child is showing the progress towards that assessment or the task. So we are not going to focus on the learner. We are going to show, again, I'm just sharing, we are going to focus on ourselves. We are going to see where we are lacking as a teacher, so that the kids are not showing the growth and progress in the classroom. Here, we need to ensure we can present a picture of the student progress. We will provide the evidence also. We are going to help, like, it needs to be like parent and teacher needs to work together in the complete process of the alignment of holistic progress card. Here, we need to provide the opportunities to the children to ensure to achieve the future goal or your curriculum goal, and build an important link between home and school is also very important. If you are finding a gap in the understanding, you are putting your 100%, but still the child is struggling, there need to be a talk with the parent. Make sure you are aligning the parent in terms of improvement of the learners. You are not going to say that your child is not able to do this, sir. Please do something, ma'am. He's not writing well. It's not his job. It's our job. They are partner with us. Show them or suggest them activity. So, ma'am, your child is struggling. He's showing the improvement, but it can be more better if you are going to provide this kind of activity at home. So you need to be a partner in this process with the parent. Otherwise, it's not going to be very, very good. So when we are talking about 360-degree assessment, it should inform like what are their starting point, where they are mastered, and where they need your help. So we need to see how the child is progress for 360-degree of assessment, permits teachers to adapt their teaching to the need of their students. Again, I'm telling, from the first minute of this session, I'm sharing it with you. It's not about the child. The assessment is all about the teacher, where we are lacking as a teacher, where we need to modify our learning, where we need to change ourselves, which is a very difficult thing. I know that. we are grading them on their coloring, we are grading them on their matching skill, where we are grading them, we are tagging them so many. Oh, intelligent guy, oh, you can't do anything, you are dumbo, you are not doing anything. Like, so many things are happening in the classroom, but here I would like to focus on assessment. It's our responsibility to change ourselves and ensure the kids are learning well. So we need to empower the learners, to enable them to learn about themselves, to regulate their own learning also. We need to develop the self-confidence, need to be more independent when they are leaving your classroom. So that's why we are going to encourage more of peer assessment, self-assessment, and reflection is very important, not only for the learners, for the teachers also. Now, this is a very important thing which I was telling you. Whenever you are making any checklist, ensure you are writing the activity and you are ensuring and writing the name of the child with the date. Very important. Date of birth. So if I can see, if you can see on my screen, activity stands on 1 lakh for 3 seconds. It's a huge activity for the child of 3 year or 4 year child. So Mary he's 20th March born. Then Shahrukh is September born. Then Anisha is December born. And Johnny is he's July born. So all the kids are in the same classroom, but they will show the progress in a different way. So if we are very sure what age group my child falls and how much time, so I cannot expect, like, Anisha is the eldest one. She will be able, like, oh, sorry. So, this Anisha is the youngest one. So she born in the month of December. However, Mary, who born in March in the same year, the child will be more better in doing all the physical activity. So let's ensure you are putting the date of birth also along with the activities, which will be giving you more clarity why my child is struggling. I am not going to compare Mary with Anisha. I will be not comparing Shahrukh with Johnny also. There is a gap of 3 months between Shahrukh and Johnny. So I need to give myself also time, and I need to give the same time to the learners also. They will take some time. So when your own child is taking time to crawl, to walk, to run, why we are not able to give the same time to our kids in the classroom? Why we are expecting everybody will do it like on a click of your fingers? They will do because you are putting your effort. But please understand, they are in the different age cycle. They will take their own sweet time. Don't lose your focus. Make sure you are putting your effort, and let's make sure they are showing the things also. So sometimes we are observing the things on a regular basis. So you need to understand that time sampling is also important when you are doing the observation. A structured description is very important. So when we are talking about the time sampling, it's like when the child start coming in the classroom, he's sitting quietly, then he start connecting on picture being shown in the group. Then he start, like, within the next minute, he's getting distracted. He's pulling her socks. She's pulling her socks, carefully turning over the tops, respond to her name very lightly and might be not. And then he or she is showing the answer which she might be understood about the question or not. Very small things happening in the minute time. So if you are an observant teacher in the classroom, you will be making sure that they are getting observed in a nice way. Now, there are few points which has been suggested by principles of analyzing the evidence from assessment. What the focus should be, what children know and can do. So what is their limit and how they are performing in the classroom. Acquisition of skills needs to be focused completely, partially, and incorrectly. Then we need to have, like, we need to understand the misconception or alternative conceptions which are in the gaps of the learning. For example, when we are evaluating the child to count something, we are asking them to say ki, what is the color of this bottle. For example, this is orange, and they are saying, ma'am, this is red. So might be there is misconception between red and orange because both are falling from the same color group. Might the child is not clear about the differentiation between the orange and red. So it's a teacher responsibility to tell them what is, like, you can have another activity. You can ask them to sort the things of red and orange color continuously. When we are going to do this, the kids is going to have a correction. Same thing happened when we are asking them to not making the mirror image. So make them understand why they are making image of C very ulta every time, why they are struggling. So we need to understand the misconception they are having in their mind, and it will happen only through assessment and observation of yours. Then we have to ensure we have multiple evidence happening in the classroom. So we are going to see how they are responding in the classroom, what is the written work, kind of written work they are doing, the behavior they are showing in the classroom. So everything needs to be planned when you are assessing and filling your HPC. So why HPC is important in education? I'm not taking much pause, teachers, because today we have a lot to cover, but I will take a pause after this sheet. I would like to take few of the questions, but this is like getting very monotonous for me also as a trainer or as a facilitator. So why HPC is important? They are saying we need to work on the student strength. We need to understand what are their weakness, and we need to work on their overall progress. So HPC is very important. It's not only the learning milestone we are covering, we are working and very much working with the development goals also. So I'm stop and taking pause. Any questions till now? Now we will be moving and showing you the HPC, original HPC, what is there. And teachers, just want to tell you today, the feedback form is very important. We are sharing it from couple of last 15 minutes. Like, please ensure you are filling this feedback form. Keep just copy and paste in your WhatsApp message so that you can fill it later also. But whoever is going to fill the form after till after finishing this session of like 1.5 hours, will be sharing the digital certificates to them all only. Any question? You can raise your hand, teachers. You would like to change my like shall I go for bilingual one? If shall I use Hindi, or all are with you with me or not? I'm not getting any kind of response right now. I can feel this is a very lazy evening. Can be Monday, can be like very draining for all of you after a weekend. Anybody would like to ask any question from me, from Tuhina? It's going good? Okay. All good, perfect so far. ठीक है. I hope जो मैं बोल रही हूँ आप लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है और हम implement भी करेंगे. I'm not expecting you to implement exactly the 100% what I am sharing. Practically, there are a lot of things which are going in the classroom. I can understand that. Being a pre-primary teacher, I know it's not easy to take care of those small young kids in the classroom and like with the numbers 40, 45 in the classroom. Okay, everything is going fine. Thank you so much. It is giving me a relaxation PowerPoint. Great. So let me go ahead now. I will be taking you. So first of all, I just want to tell you the assessment which we are sharing it with you. Fine. You all got a assessment booklet from us. It's your choice if you would like to collect all the assessment together, staple and do a formative assessment, or you would like to do it like on a weekly basis of. If you have covered some topic, you can take the sheet anytime. I will show you the assessment booklets also, how it's look like and how to use it also. So now let me take you again to the slides. Thank you for giving me like assurance that we are on the same page. So the components of the HPC. Now, HPC, I will show you HPC also. HPC is a report, progress report card in which you will be having a page of all about me, which is like the personal information of the child. You can see on my slide, it's like what is my name, what is my height, my age, what I love to have, like my favorite things, my parents' name, my address. So that's a personal page for the students for their personal information. Then we are going to have a picture of their in the report card, and then the picture of the family also. That's like how I look like in the beginning. You can have 2 points also. You can keep one like photograph of the beginning when they enter in your classroom, and when you are giving the final report card to the parents or the progress report at the end of the session, you can paste the current picture also. So how I look like, how my family look like. Then we are going to talk about the development domains. We are going to write the teacher's observation, very important. What you are writing on every day in your folder, in your teacher's diary, you are going to collect one thing for after doing one FA1, or whenever the PTM is there, term PTM or the FAPTM is going to happen. You are going to write your observation. You will be taking a lot of parents' feedback also in the progress report card. And then you have to mention what are the next step for my child. So please understand, personal information, development domains is all about like whether they are able to recognize something, whether they are able to identify, whether they are able to write CVC words, all that comes in development domains, along with how they are showing the progress in the social and emotional part. Then the teacher's observation, a block will be there where you have to mention what are your observation as a child. For example, Tuhina is a great child. She's performing well. She's mingling with the students well. She's showing progress in the handwriting skills also. Yeah, she's able to showcase the development in the pincer grip and all that. So those points needs to be mentioned under the teacher observation, and then the parents feedback. They are also supposed to write what improvement they are seeing from the child when they enter in the classroom, from the time they have entered in your classroom and till now. And then the what next step you are suggesting for the improvement. So using the simple language, we have to, like, sometimes we said good. What it means good? No, we need to specify the things. They are enjoying the story narration. They are enjoying the rhyme recitation. They need support in sharing material. So if a child is struggling in social emotional sharing basis, so you need to mention they need support to share their things with the others. So this is how it's going to be filled. One part will be the competency. So if you can see on my slide, there are some pointers which are related to the competency based thing. And then the holistic progress report card is there for the beginner, proficient, and then we have the beginner and progressing and the proficient. So I will be talking about when I will be showing you our observation records and the assessment things also. So record observation regularly, write evidence-based remarks, avoid labels, which is naughty, slow learners, not showing improvement, involve parents during the PTM, reflect on child's unique journey. I'm again pushing it to you. Every child is unique in your classroom. It's not their problem that they are young in that age group. It's not their problem that they are elder in that group and they need more activities to get involved. So when you are looking at your classroom structure, there will be kids who are very young, who are correct in the age group, and few are like elder in terms of they are just going to be 4 very soon. So they need more activities to get engaged. So as a teacher, this is our responsibility. So we need to ensure when we are filling the holistic progress card, we need to fill it progressively, not at the last minute. I'm very sure if tomorrow is PTM and today you are just filling all the holistic report progress card, it will be very difficult. You will be not very correct in writing those. And I think that's not fair with the child. So let's ensure if you are having your progress report card ready, progress card ready, let's ensure we are filling it on a regular basis. So whenever you are sharing something, you just add over there. You can use example, show curiosity in the nature walk, developing confidence, reach out to your SSM if you need support in the teacher comments also. We can help you with the teacher's remark also. We'll provide some structure for the teacher remark for all the development domains so that you can use those lines. You can pick a few for your kids and you can just divide it and you can write it really well. So writing a progress card is an art. And I hope very gradually you will be moving the ladders. You will be also progressing in writing correct way. Now this is how the HPC is different from the traditional report card. So if you can see, unlike traditional report card, which is more focused on ABCD, on numbers, subject specific math, science, language. No. We are working on like what the child is able to do, where they are doing well, where they need support, where is the peer feedback is required. Everything needs to move gradually. So this sheet has been added by Tuhina. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's an amazing sheet over here. So you can see in previously we were just writing the marks, the grades, everything. But here we would like to show the domains level, like how they are progressing in the classroom. This is how your progress report is going to look like. This is like your details of the general information. It is all about like how many days of working, everything. Now, this is an amazing page where they can paste their pictures and they can write their favorite color. You can ask them to write or you can take inputs and you can write in your writing over here. Then domains, again, physical development, the curricular goals, what activity they have done, you engage them, what assessment questions are there where you are engaging, stream, mountains, and sky. stream, like now they start moving, mountain, they are going up, and sky, they reach to the sky. So same, beginner, proficient, and progressive. These are the 3 points for the awareness, sensitivity, and creativity. We need to assess them. We need to make sure we are involving them through different activities. Then there is a peer activity where they are working. There is a self assessment also happening, and the parents or caregiver pointers are also there. You can just ask them to tick, or they can write also. So the remarks can be added. They can put a tick. The child need to assess themselves also, which is like in the next session, we will definitely talk about how you can add them. After physical domain, social emotional development, same kind of pages would be there for each and every domain. This is the domain for the cognitive development. Here you can add, they are able to count up to some certain number. They are able to do mathematical operations for picture addition or something like that. So all those can be added here. The same process is there for the language and literacy development. Whatever progress they are showing in phonic awareness, they are showing the writing progress, they are showing the CVC understanding. So you can mention over the activities here, and then you can add the assessment question, or whatever worksheet you are taking up in the classroom can be added. Aesthetic and cultural development. A lot of things are happening in the classroom when you are having festival celebration, you are doing color day celebration. A lot of things are happening. A lot of engagement for social and personal development is there, which can be added over here on regular basis. Then the domains of positive learning habits, very important. The kind of environment we are providing, whether they are developing the habits which are important for being in the school and giving a proper assessment part. This is the summary of this academic year. So how they have understand the things. You can write your remarks over there. This summary is very important by the end of the year. So the progress of the child can be shown to the parents. I'm taking a pause, and then I will be showing you the assessment of ours. Any question? I think few of you raised for primary grades, not a written peer feedback. Yeah, it will be not, I showed it to you. They are not going to write the feedback. They will just put a tick. So you can sit with the children and you can ask how they are feeling about a particular child, whether they are showing the improvement or not. So any question? Otherwise, I will move to our observation, our assessment sheets, which has been provided by Dawn to you. Any question? Thank you so much, Tohina, for taking this up. Yeah, you are doing a great job by answering the question. But I'm missing my teachers. I need to listen to their voice. We can just spend more 10 minutes. No problem. Let me talk to you later on. So let me show you the assessment part of our team. Just the assessment which you have received from the Dawn. So already you have received the assessment booklet. Is it visible, Tohina?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the assessment one, fine. So this is for level C. So for example, when you are going to see this, now again, teachers, I would like to share it with you. It's your choice how you are going to use these assessment sheet. If I would be in your place and I finished a concept of like indoor and outdoor game, I finished the concept of seriation in terms of small, smaller, and smallest. If I have finished the big, bigger concept, and I talk about or I narrate this story, I will be taking this worksheet with the kids, giving them heads up how they are going to perform. How I will be asking the 5 students sitting together. I will be distributing those 5 sheet, tearable sheet to them. I will giving them context how they need to fill that up, and giving them plenty of time to just understand what I'm expecting them to do. I will be checking their learning understanding, and then I will be asking and marking them do. So if this is the first worksheet where they have to look at the picture, write I for the indoor games. This is UKG teachers. So UKG kids, we are expecting they can write in the capital letters very nicely. So here, what I will be doing, I will be sitting in a group of, oh, amazing. Look, today I have very special time with you. These are the worksheet we'll be finished. Huh? Everybody, now look at this worksheet. The first question is saying, everybody look at the picture. And after looking at the picture, we have to identify which are the indoor games. Indoor games मतलब घर के अंदर खेले जाने वाले game. Now here I'm scaffolding them. And outdoor games, we will be writing a big O. Outdoor games mean which we are playing outside. Here, this is the way we should take this assessment. and now I will be distributing it to you. Then everybody is going to, oh ma'am, this is cycling. So where you cycle? Do you cycle inside or out? No, I go to park to do cycling. So right, okay, very nice. So what we are going to write? Out, outside. So out game, matlab you have to write O. Then carom, I play inside with my papa. Amazing. So it's a indoor game. Very nice. What you are going to write for indoor game? Ma'am, I. They will be writing I. This is the correct way to do the assessment. It's not the way if giving worksheet to everybody and they are just filling it with themselves and then you are putting a cross over there. That's wrong. I will say assessment in pre-primary, we should not even use the red color, which is a very, very warning color, very dangerous color. We should not use it and marking it like galat kar diya, just cross it. No, you will be sitting with them, engaging it. And then as a teacher, I will be writing, yes, yes, good, good. Very nice. Now I know Ruchi did it well. Okay, Tuhina is struggling. अक्षया को मुझे दोबारा कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ाना पड़ेगा तो आई विल बी क्लियर इन माय थॉट्स वेयर आई एम लैकिंग where majority of my kids are not performing for a particular concept. Then we are talking about the smallest. So I will be doing some activity before taking this worksheet. So I will be sharing this is a bottle, this is a tall bottle, this is the small bottle. Everything I need to scaffold and then help them out to perform on this worksheet. This is a complete process. We had given 4 assessment in each booklet. This is the first one. If you can see, let me show you the second one. Here they are going to talk about the good habits and bad habits. Then there is a starting letter. Here is the beginning sound. We are going to focus. The color concept is there for wide and narrow concept. So all these 3 concept has been taught in this assessment has been included. Then this is the third worksheet, which is the assessment part 3. And then the fourth assessment. If you would like to just tear these 4 worksheet together, staple it, you can distribute it as a FA1 also. But if you would like to take it like fortnightly basis, you can do that also. You would like to take it on weekly basis, it's your choice. If you would like to take only one part of the worksheet, again, it's your choice. But please do it correctly. Don't treat them as a test paper. It's not going to work for the students. As from last 1 hour, I'm just talking about like we need to scaffold them, we need to support them. Now here we had given a parameter also. If you can see, subject is general awareness. If you can see over here, then what is the LO? What is the learning outcome we are focusing? Identify the correct action when one gets lost. So if I can show you this, Rohan goes to a fair. He gets lost. Tick what he should be doing next. Here in the chapter we talk about like how important is the self security, how the self precautions are important. So here we already talk about all those things. Here we would like them to understand, oh, run away from a place, oh, will be helpful for them. Talk to the strangers. Is it a good habit when you are lost in the class over there? Talk to the police. Is this correct? Yes, we should find out an adult who look like a police and we can talk to them. And hide somewhere. That will be very dangerous. Here we are talking about each and every point and judging them. And then we are asking whether kids understood each and every point. So these are like, if they understood each and every point and they are supporting others also, oh, तुझे नहीं पता, मैम ने बताया तो था. बहुत साइन देते हैं बच्चे who are proficient, who are doing their work also and helping others also. That's a proficient one. Learners who is able to do their work themselves and able to gauge out after your support. Beginner who are struggling even understanding the concept itself. So those are the students we need to work. You just need to put a tick on beginner, on learner and proficient. We are not expecting on each and every parameter because please understand this first worksheet is related to general awareness. The concept will be different. When we are talking about the second one, that's related to numeracy. There might be a child might is struggling in EVS, but he's performing well. So in general awareness, he was on beginner. Might be numeracy, he's a learner. And if you see for the third point, that is a literacy, might be he can be proficient also. So please understand this is a step-by-step guide which you need to see. And if you are going to use these assessment to the core, you will be able to write your HPC so nicely because these things are showing the progress of the learners every fortnightly, weekly basis, or monthly basis. So kindly use these assessment sheet as you want. But our suggestion, this is the correct way which I showed it to you, how to sit in a group of few kids, making them scaffold, making them understand the concept beforehand, and then see whether they are able to gauge it out or not. So I'm stopping it here. Shefali ma'am, you can unmute yourself. You raise your hand. Please ask your question.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself. Shefali ma'am.
Yeah, Shefali ma'am, you can ask your question, please.
Ma'am, right now we are working on this HPC, especially for nursery, junior, and senior KG. And this year only we enroll for this OLO down book. So we have only one set of this assessment, what you have, which you have shared right now. We are waiting for the others, but by the time last year we have different book set, and we have worked for the senior KG HPC. So this year we are working for nursery and junior. So I just want to know that as per the NCF, they have given the HPC for 3 to 6 years. I would raise message also in that. So how we can bifurcate some of the learning in nursery report card separately, junior report card or senior report card, or it
You
will be
can
the same for
differentiate the activities. Shefali ma'am, you can, first of ma'am, it would be great if you can share me the school name so that I can support you from the sales department. Also, they can give the assessment sheets to you. What's your school name, ma'am?
Vasantiben Chandubai Patel English School,
It's in Gujarat.
Anand, Anand, yes.
Anand, exactly. Fine. I will ask Khushbu to connect back to you, ma'am, and support you in that way. Another thing, ma'am, if you can see the holistic progress report card, the competencies will remain same. In the activities, you can mention, for example, in LKG, you are finishing 1 to 20 numbers, or in the first FA1, you are just finishing 1 to 5 numbers. In activities, you can mention and differentiate them, ma'am. Competencies will remain same across each and every group, ma'am. 3 to 6, the competencies are going to remain same. The content will be changing in between, ma'am.
Content.
Yes.
So content, how we'll get it? That it will be shared by down or Olo, or we need to
Ma'am,
create that.
already provided through these assessment, we have provided. Like, for example, there was a learning outcome over there in that, ma'am.
So
You can add this.
actually we have only first, and they say that we will provide. So I am waiting for that. That is there any PDF or
I will share
anything?
the soft copies first, ma'am. I will ask Khushbu to immediately share you the soft copies. And after that, I will ask the salesperson also to share you that. However, all the learning outcomes are mentioned over there, ma'am. Another thing, ma'am, you can take it from the teacher manual also. The teacher manual, we have incorporated the teaching learning outcomes in the beginning of the every week. So you can pick a few of them, ma'am, and just write in terms of whenever you are finishing your FA1, SA1, you can include those, ma'am, in this.
Okay.
But
Thank you,
still,
ma'am.
if you need more support, ma'am, reach out to Khushbu. She will support you. She's a pre-primary expert herself. She will definitely.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. More questions? Happy to listen to more people. Not today, not many of you are very energetic now. I'm finding out, like, even the this thing. Can you remove the spotlight, Akshaya?
Yes, ma'am.
So I can see how many of them turned their camera on and I can see them better. Good, Pratibha ma'am only. Oh, now they will one by one switching on. देखा, ये तो वही वाली बात होगी ना, जब तक टीचर कहेगी नहीं तब तक हमें करना नहीं है. ठीक है, हम कर सकते हैं पर हम करेंगे नहीं. Good. Any question for me? Share your feedback. If you want more sessions like this, you can reach out to your school success manager. We can specifically do it for you. In my opinion, HPC is very important as a teacher. It's not only documenting what you are doing good in your classroom, it is giving the confidence to the management also that we are on the correct way. Because I'm sharing it again and again with in each of my session, NEP needs to be implemented exactly what they are saying by 2030. We are in 2025 right now. This year, they are expecting us to have a literacy and numeracy to the core in the classroom. तो मैं आपको सिंपल भाषा में बोलूं तो अगर आप अभी ABCD पढ़ाएंगे और सिर्फ सोचेंगे उसी पे मैं पेपर बना के दे दूं, तो शायद CBSE का कोई बंदा आएगा, NCERT का कोई बंदा आएगा और पूछेगा ये कर क्या रहे हो आप लोग स्कूल में. So the observations are happening from the CBSE and NCERT side. So let's ensure we are doing correct to our kids. And it's not only what we are showing it to them. As a teacher, This is my responsibility, my child. Now I just have another question. I always ask this in my sessions. क्या ऐसी चीज आप चाहते हैं आपके बच्चे के स्कूल में हो जहां पे आपका खुद का बच्चा पढ़ने जाता है, जहां पे एज अ पेरेंट आपको पता चले मेरे बच्चे ने कब हैंडराइटिंग इंप्रूव की, मेरे बच्चे ने कब अच्छी तरह से बच्चों के से बोलना शुरू किया, कब मेरे बच्चे ने पेंसिल ठीक से पकड़नी शुरू करी, कब वो स्क्रिबलिंग से कलरिंग पे पहुंचा। एज अ पेरेंट वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग दिस ना। सब चाहते हैं कि एज अ पेरेंट मेरे बच्चे के साथ ऐसी परफेक्ट टीचर होनी चाहिए। चाहते सब हैं, बनना कोई नहीं चाहता। तो उस वो चेंज वाली लाइन में नॉट मेनी ऑफ द टीचर्स आर इन दैट लाइन। हमें तो वही करना, क्या है ABCD टेस्ट पेपर ले लेते हैं। सो आई एम नॉट डिनाइंग, टुडे वी हैव शेयर्ड विद ऑल द SSM ऑल द फॉर्मेटिव असेसमेंट FA1। इसके साथ भी हमने आपके लिए FA1 बना दिए। वी हैव शेयर्ड द सॉफ्ट कॉपी with the SSM. You can modify those papers for your wish. We will be not able to modify. We have given a structure. We have not added the marks. You can edit them. You can add marks also. It's your choice. But we had given all those to our SSM. You can reach out to your school success manager soon, and they will be supporting you. For a good picture, which I will be posting in the social media. Can you switch on the cameras? Akshaya, let's have a picture. Click. Everybody, please switch on the camera for last 5 minutes. It was amazing talking to you. मुझे बहुत मजा आता है मैं जब भी आप लोगों के साथ आती हूँ. You all give me energy to do better every time. आज आप लोगों ने ज्यादा बात नहीं की, मुझसे नाराज होंगे तो मुझे बताइएगा मैसेज करके ग्रुप पे प्लीज. But I love doing this session. Yes, it is more of a theoretical session today. I know बहुत कुछ बताया और बहुत कुछ बताना जरूरी था आप लोगों को. But thank you so much. Akshaya, just click few pictures and if you can do that. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Just
Yeah. Have your best smile on your face, everybody. Great. अमेजिंग. पिक्चर के नाम पे हो गए मेरे 2 स्लाइड पे काफी सारे लोग. गुड यार, दिस इज सो गुड. थैंक यू सो मच. इट वाज प्लेजर मीटिंग यू ऑल अगेन. इट्स नेवर बीन लाइक, बोर नहीं होती हूँ मैं आप लोगों से मिलकर, मुझे बहुत मजा आता है. आई एम लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू मीट यू ऑल पर्सनली ऑल्सो सम टाइम इन विजिटिंग योर स्कूल. गुजरात में बहुत जल्दी आ रही हूँ, होपफुली मीटिंग खुशबू स्कूल्स टू. बट बहुत मजा आया आपके साथ. अब भी अगर आपको कोई भी डाउट है हमारी हमारी असेसमेंट शीट्स में, इफ यू हैव डाउट रिलेटेड टू HPC, just tag me in the group. My name is Sheetal Solanki. I'm in each and every school group. Please mention me and just write your question. We are just a message away for all of you. It was pleasure having you all. Thank you so much for making my Monday magnetic, magnificent, everything. आपका दिन शुभ हो. Thank you so much. Happy evening, everybody. Take care. Don't forget to fill your feedback form. Then you will get your digital certificate within 48 hours. So please fill your form. Still, anybody would like to ask any question? I'm open. Just raise your hand. I can stay back for more 5 minutes. सब थके हुए हैं, किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछना बस. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye, everybody. Happy evening. Take care. Thank you, Akshaya, for supporting. Thank you, Tohina ma'am, for supporting in the session. Thank you. Appreciate. Bye-bye. Thank you.